All right, Dean, just want to go over what we talked about, and we'll probably have to revisit it again on Saturday, but, the first thing we're talking about is getting your hands on the golf club where they're together. We can see that, how that left hand points way over to the right and how far that gets your right arm from your right side. Now keep in mind, if, just like we talked about, if you're going to hit a flat surface with your hand would actually have to rotate to the left. So when the palm flattens, and that's what's really happening with the club face. So we want to move our hands so they're parallel to one another. So both those V's are running parallel so we can get a nice level forearms. So here's a little better look at, after we made that change of getting our right hand to match our left. Now again, we're not really sure how that's going to end up because, what we're interested in is making sure that when we strike the ball, and it's going to be a little too blurry here, and we're going to have to wait till we get outside to really get some good crystal shots, that once we go through here, that squares the face. And we just do that by the adjustment, but we can see how much different that setup is now with your palms opposing one another. So if we were to slap something straight, our hand wouldn't need to go backwards. It could actually go forwards to release that golf club. We also see how that gets your forearms a little more level, which is going to be key down the road. Now, after we got our hands on the club, we talked about a few fundamentals, that we're going to be going through all summer long. And that is, fundamental in golf is your head needs to be behind it, it needs to be struck down, speed's a fundamental. There's lots of fundamentals, but grip is not a fundamental, stance is not a fundamental, posture is not a fundamental. So when we go back, if we just use your head for example, we can see how far your head gets in front. That causes us to get a little wide on the way down and makes our release a little funny. And that all changed by the end. But just going forward from here, we talked about the golf swing being kind of two posts where we have your hip sockets, for example, are simply just sticks with balls on top of them that fit in the sockets. And we want, on our way back, for our left hip to be our pivot point on our backswing. And as we go back, we can see how you hang to the left, right leg straighten, left knee comes in, and our pivot point is on our forward hip. As we come down, make a nice move forward, but everything's out in front of the ball. So to make this look right, we would need the ball a little bit further forward. So now that our head's going to be a little bit more behind it. As we go back, we're going to always work on keeping some flex in that left knee, getting us behind it, shoulders just a little steeper. Excellent. So, the premise that going forward, as we're still about a month away from out playing golf, is I want all the big stuff to get cleaned up. Get it on two posts, get your shoulders to steepen, get our weight to shift in the right order, load, shift, rotate. And then as we get playing and as we're getting closer to the season, we'll start to talk club face and make some adjustments to make sure that you're ready to go out and play. Because I want you to hit the ground running, so we're better off when we start this year than where we finished last year. I'll see you Saturday.